I'm Angela Cato with the Division of Arts and Cultural Services. This month at CityArts, prepare to be amazed with the collection of art that is full of fantasy, whimsical interpretation. Right now, I'm with Dr. Charles Gaynor, our artist, who is in the main gallery with the show Creative Perspectives. Dr. Gaynor, thank you for being here. For the visitors who come into CityArts, what is it you want them to take away from your show?
Well, I'd like them to feel good and positive about what they see. That's one thing emotionally.
Okay.
And then cognitively, sometimes my work tends to produce some thoughtfulness, and if that is achieved, then I feel like that's a success.
Well, thinking and thought processes as a retired psychologist, how does that kind of go and funnel into what your inspiration for your work?
Well, I think it's more in terms of empathy, in terms of thinking about an audience, and then what is the consequence of what I do.
Okay.
You know.
What are some of the themes that people will see as they come in the show, the different groupings of the art?
Well, basically, in terms of, there's a surrealistic emphasis that runs through a lot of my work. So there's human beings or fantasy figures in different contexts.
You mentioned steampunk being one of the themes.
That is also true. And I experiment with different, again, forms of art in that way.
And now part of it's photography, part of it's computer art. How do you create these images?
Well, and again, it depends. Sometimes I go out and I'm actually thinking of a composite. And so I may shoot, let's say, a miniature chess figure or something, even from a dollhouse. In one picture, I have a fan from my granddaughter's dollhouse that a digital character is playing against, flying against. And but you don't realize that because of the perspective. And so that's one way of that I create. Another way is in certain 3D programs like Poser or DAZ Studio.
Okay.
And using the characters there, it's almost like Barbie dolls. You can morph them in amazing ways.
Yeah, have fun.
And there's a whole variety of textures and clothes and that you then can utilize in a creative manner.
Looking around your pieces, there's a lot of color. Are there any particular colors that you find yourself going back to or using more so in your pieces?
Well, I think as I look at it and reflect, I think the red and blues, and I think of Van Gogh in a way that sometimes the complementary colors are interesting or dynamic.
Are they tied to emotions at all, the colors?
More like a visual effect, I'd say.
Okay.
There's a tendency for me to want to create ambiguity in the work.
Okay.
But it's not like from a forensic psychologist or some kind of deep type of experience, lurking somewhere.
Yeah. What inspires you?
Well, there's a whole raft of people's work that I'm interested in. Maggie Taylor's inspired me. I like Oriental art. Okay. I'm continually looking at other people's work. And then I tend to conceptualize and populate the space in my head.
So you're still evolving as an artist yourself?
It's a continuous progress model, which will never be done, and attempt to get better at what I do.
CityArts, with CityArts as being your gallery space for this month, what do you like about this gallery space and for the community? Because it is open and free to the public.
And I like that fact and the diversity of art that I've seen here over the years. I had a show in 2005 on the second floor.
Oh, okay.
And I've come back and watched other people's work, and the allowance for people who are local to display, the juried shows that anyone can enter, those are nice.
Do you think anyone from the visitors that come into CityArts, regardless of their age, will be able to come through your show and get something out of it or be able to learn something new about art?
My granddaughter's in the 3rd grade, and before this there was a whole raft of 3rd graders.
Yes.
And each of them was pointing out to me, I like this, I like that one, I like this one.
Yeah.
So yes, and if that helps to stimulate people to be more artistic in themselves, that's part of my mission. I try to do that with my 3rd grader. Why not with other children?
Well, we're very happy to have you here at CityArts and very pleasured, and we do hope you come back again even after this exhibition, making us a regular stop for your work. And we invite anyone else to come out here and just take in everything that the exhibit has to offer, as well as the exhibit of photography upstairs titled Marked by the Way. For City 7, I'm Angela Cato.